Just kick in. So guys, welcome back to Scottish Boxing Podcast. Today I've got, you'll never get sick of hearing this. I seen this to Nathan Tarr. And you need to fight because it's actually up your mouth full in it. So it's the Scottish Elite Golden Gloves Heavyweight Champion.
I almost said super heavyweight myself. Heavyweight.
Because you did go up, we're saying this, that Nathan was top of this, you jumped up to super heavyweight once because he never had an opponent.
I did jump one time.
Which is mad, bro.
Yeah, big guys as well,
So I did. He's already messaged last night. He said if within the first minute and a half he doesn't hear me saying his name, he's got to go nuts. So I'll say it now. Gary Potter. Also, I'm gonna have this recorded. I won £40. It wasn't a bet or nothing. So I'm gonna get to you, and you're gonna get to him. It was. I went to the event last week, right? I went to the event last week, and they didn't take card. And I was like, and it was hailstones outside, and I was like the Friday night at the Glasgow Boxing Academy, you know, the boxing social event, the pro show.
I couldn't even go to that.
And I know I was, bro. See, like I wasn't even going to go because but then when I remembered I'm used to going early in the morning for Boxing Scotland events, but I was like, this is late in the day. I said I'll be fine, and I wish I never. I owe £10 to Faris's dad.
Well, what bets were made? Like,
well, these weren't the bets.
Oh, right.
I didn't have the bar wasn't taking card, and I was like, "Where's the closest cash machine?" And they're like, "Jamie, it's pissing down outside." Like, and I was like, so Faris's dad gave me a tenner jeers, Mo gave me £20, and Gary gave me 40. Because I was thinking, I went up to him and I was like, "Can I just transfer it?" He went, "Oh, just give me it later." But I wasn't going out in that rain, man. So it was raining that night. Oh, it was hailstones, and it was dripping. At one point, it was dripping in. That's maybe one thing they need. But who would have thought it was going to be hailstones?
I was fast asleep. No clue.
Oh, what was it like for you the night before?
Night before, let me actually tell you. That week of my fight, Monday, I had the flu.
Oh shit.
So I'm thinking in my head, what am I gonna do? Hopefully, I get better by Saturday. Friday, night before, I'm still a bit sick, but I'm thinking in my head, you know what, it is what it is. Like, we're just going to go with it anyway. Like, so kind of sick, kind of nervous, and everything's just jumping at me, like, on my nerves. And, just had to go with it.
What do you do, though? What can you do? I mean, you did it, you put the training in, you put the hard work, right? I think sometimes, like, your immune system will be bouncing a bit as well, because did you have to cut weight? You have to keep an eye on your weight.
I was kind of ready to weight. I kind of lost more weight because of it. Not that much, but like 2 kilos maybe. But I didn't feel as strong as I usually did. I'll say that. I wasn't eating as much as well. But
because that's another big. I mean, when did you get weighed in that morning?
Yeah, you get weighed in at 10 o'clock.
Right, and then you have the whole day. Can you refresh and get some?
Drink, eat,
But it's always hard going. I don't think people understand that as well. You think, especially with these tournaments, it's a lot of people that there's last minute changes to the schedule because somebody's not made weight or they're just out, and there's walkovers and pullouts. And I think when you're watching weight, you have to be conscious of what you're eating, because what you're putting in, if your immune system isn't big and strong, man, everybody you come across.
You see me twice.
Yeah.
About that. One of them, right? Night before, actually that morning. I was on weight. I weighed myself in my bathroom. I was on weight. I was thinking I'm gonna have a chicken sandwich before I go in. I'm thinking, I'll be cool. Like everything's cool. Like nothing's gonna happen. I'm there 0.2 over, and he goes, no. And I was thinking, is he joking? Like I didn't really think 0.2 meant something. I had no clue. And then obviously them downstairs skipping, HUD up, everything.
I walked in the building the night before when I dropped the equipment off. I was like, this is boiling in here. Like they had the heating hefty up. I was like, it's in economic crisis, and they've got their heating blasted. And then I walked in again that morning. I was like, this is really hot. And then I spot you with your hood up skitting. And I'm like, and this was the second time it happened. The first time I seen you waited just because you get a cut off time. Once that's cut off, that's it. But it's hard going, like to literally go through a session and then you have to go in the ring.
It's all mental as well. Again, thinking in your head, my opponent's there. My opponent was looking at me while I'm doing it as well, smiling, like giving that bit of cheek, and I'm thinking, it is what it is. Like, just get going anyway.
Cause it's a tough thing that, and sometimes, I mean, some weights. I mean, Nathan was saying this, and you stepped up for the super heavyweight,
Western District,
for the Western District. Like, sometimes you won't get an opponent, and I don't think you had an opponent in the heavyweight.
No one.
and we Faris Mahmood, I remember every year you have to pay to enter the competition. He wouldn't get anybody to box, and because he hadn't boxed, he wouldn't get any he wouldn't get any medal or belt or anything. And he wouldn't get his money back.
Seriously?
I don't think they give your money back. I don't know if it's, you need to check that, but I don't think, my impression was that they didn't.
Probably not, yeah.
So that novices I wasn't at, you were at. The first novices I seen, the first time, the novices a year before that. Is when you boxed, and then it was like the Igor guy you were boxing.
Glasgow Boxing,
right? And it's always going to be tense, right? Like I didn't. Ben said it. I never wanted it. Ever said, but like Glasgow Boxing Academy came for a split with Glasgow City, and like there's always going to have that tension between the clubs. One thing I did like at the end of your bout with Mohammed is he's hugged it out, and he's right. And I think even with the fans, bro, the two tables are right next to each other. Glasgow City and Glasgow Boxing Academies are right next to each other. And I was just having one eye on that, because I was like, you could feel this atmosphere. But if we go all the way back to the novices, and I always tell people this, but when I said, this will be for the King of Glasgow, which half it was jokes, I didn't really know you that well. But I was like, why would we know? Why would we know big it up and be like, these are two big guys in Glasgow that are boxing? Craig Stevens said it was for bragging rights, right? But it kind of is. But going into that bout with Igor, because you got a stoppage with that, no?
Yeah, I got a stoppage.
Third round
stoppage. Yeah.
Like, do you remember much about that?
That fight, I was a bit in my own head for that fight, thinking I didn't know how Igor really fought. I didn't really look at his past fights. I don't know why I was in my head with that fight, but I was in my head. He got me with few good shots. I got him a few good shots. I think he got a standing count second round. Third round came in thinking in my head, he's more weaker now, like from the other round. So I was thinking, let me try to get him out of there. Just big 3-round hands. Referee stopped it. Yeah. So
that's one thing I had when we're on commentary, especially with the bigger guys, is that the first round they might come out fucking clanging and banging up. By the third round, it's a different story. You get like 3-minute rounds, which it takes a lot out of you when you're in the ring.
His novice is 3 minutes, was it?
No, I can't remember, man.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah.
But now, to go now, like even in the novice, bro, like if you get big guys, like you'll see the adrenaline come out sometimes. And then obviously you see it a lot more because everybody's just like they're just new to it. They're just like
a lot more people,
right? And it's try to keep that stamina, keep that everything in you. And sometimes you don't even have a choice. A few weeks ago I was at the Noble Art show in Govan, and the two boys that were on the main event, it was heavyweight guys, and the crowd are really getting behind the Noble Art guy. And then the same thing happened in Nif Valley on the Sunday. You feel like the crowd, they think they're doing a good job getting behind the guys, but they're pushing that adrenaline so much. They go in the first round and they're smashing it. Second and third, it's like, how can you keep up with that? Do you train for that? Like I know Glasgow Box. I've been there at the beginning of the season where it's just running. So I know like the whole stamina thing is it's an important part to the sport.
Most important part,
but being like one of the big guys in heavyweights and try to keep an eye on your weight, and do you have to work in your stamina as well to last? Because you're very fit. There's big guys that you can see, they're big guys and they're no fit and they're maybe big hitters. You're like athletic, you can see that. So is that part of your training to keep like up with that?
Yeah, definitely. I'll say part of my training is more running, definitely running, getting my sprints in to be more explosive, like, and more circuit training. Not really too much weights. I do weights sometimes, but not too much on the weights. Just circuits to make sure I'm more conditioned as well. But for me, anyway, that's how I felt like it always worked for me. Just keeping it like that, and it's always worked for me. So, just why not?
How does it? How do you keep up with the boxing and your social life, your family life, your like?
Obviously, I'm in uni as well right now. I juggle it all. I just make sure I still have enough time for myself as well. I'm making myself happy because Barry, one of my coaches as well, was telling me it can't be always just. But obviously, I love boxing, but can't be always just like that. I should be doing other hobbies as well to make sure like I'm having fun too, so it's not always like a chore for me. So yeah, I took that advice from him, and yeah, it was good.
The thing is, I mean, we touched on this at the interview after the elites. How close you are with Gary and Barry, and you can see that. And like I've been saying to them, I don't know if you've ever seen it, but when they were at Glasgow City, we'd done like an interview with them, right? And I was just laughing the whole time. And even Nathan,
you bring them in here as well.
I've been saying to them to come in, but just Barry was off, and then it was like Gary had PTs and that. But I'd want them to have. I've been saying this for years. I'd want them to have like their own show.
That definitely, I can see that happening.
And it's they're just hilarious, man. And like you'll bang into them. I always love when if I'm up at a show, say Lochee in Dundee, and then I see there's a Glasgow Boxing Academy boxer, or you're up like up in there, and you'll meet them up there, and it's always I'm always happy to see that they're there. I think there was some people in the comments. There is some boxers I'll be close to, right, and it's just because I've got to know them or I've followed their story, and I try to be neutral when we do the commentary.
I did realise that. Yeah, I do.
Right?
You try your best to be neutral.
I try, but sometimes it's difficult, man. When you want somebody to win and you want to get behind them. There was a few people in the comments. So it wasn't you. It was with Andrew Meehan. So he was boxing a boy for Ryan Irwin for Glasgow City. Who like I see Ryan and I don't know him that well, but it's just because the situations never came about. But Andrew Meehan, like we had chatted a lot, and he was on the podcast and we spoke a lot. And then I seen him at Noble Art Show, and I know how much he was investing into boxing and he wanted that belt. He was one of the first ones that asked me for a picture. He was like, "Can you get me a picture of the belt to see what it looks like and stuff?" Because I knew they were changing the belt this year. But when you follow somebody and you want them to do well, you're one of these guys, and I think with Gary and Barry, I like that relationship that you have.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know if you notice it, but when they're shouting in the corner, you kind of glance to them, which I love, because it's like it's reassuring that you are in it together. They'll see things that you're not seeing.
Especially in that fight. Second round, I started brawling with him a little bit, and they went, "Nah, Izzy, go back to boxing." I was
just about to say, I want to talk about that so much, but you know what, we will just talk about it. We'll talk about the other bouts, but right, so the atmosphere going into that was nuts, right? You could literally, I felt the hairs, and when Craig Stephen done the announcements, you felt like the hairs in your neck, right? And then you went up and you had that stare down. What was going through your mind at that point?
I was looking at him and I was thinking, what was I thinking? I was looking at him thinking, nah, you're not going to beat me. That was it, really. I was thinking, you can swing all you want. That was in my head. I was thinking, you're not going to beat me. You
knew he was a big swinger.
Yeah, I knew that's what he was going to. And I was hoping in my head as well, he comes in fighting exactly like that.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking, there's always a game plan if he's going to come like that. Gary and Barry told me not to play his game, simple. Because if I play his game, it's only one of us that get knocked out. That's it. Like, whoever gets lucky, he's getting knocked out.
And these were big shots, man. There was some that landed for eaches, and I don't know how. You just didn't look phased at all. I mean, you look at you, you don't have any marks in your face, you've just came back for all day. Like, you couldn't say that you're in like one of the biggest fights of your life.
He definitely hit me with some big shots. I fell on my jaw the next day, though. I'm gonna be real. Like, I fell on my jaw, but I felt like I took them well as well. He took my shots well as well.
Yeah.
It was good.
And when he got a first round stoppage, and there was a few people saying they didn't think it was kind of stopped early in that, but it is what it is. That's boxing, and I'm not going to fault with any of the refs.
Seen what he's seen, so,
sometimes the referee will see things that we don't, especially like if we're sitting miles away or even in the cameras, you won't pick up. There could be just something in the eyes, a wobble, something that they think, that's it. So he got that stoppage, which like gives him a boost, because he's
definitely. I know you felt like that,
right?
Even in his interview after as well, I could see me like, I'm gonna fight whoever I fight. I was thinking, he's gassed, definitely.
But as I say, Guillaume is doing, his fans are doing, the club, he's all went in there, put absolutely everything you could.
I respect him.
You were very fast, and there was times that you were just, he's swinging, and it was almost like I was thinking this earlier. I was like, how can I even describe it? It's like, do you know in Spain you get the bulls and you have somebody with a red flag? It's just like it was like that at times, and it was just like you're just take the right steps. And we were thinking in commentary, any one of these, because I think we safely said you won every round, but any one of the big shots you just said, that would change the game. But as I said, you were strong in there. Like, what was it like in the dressing room before you went in?
Well, dressing room, I was pretty cool. Felt calm. I wasn't as nervous. I felt like I'm meant to be here. Like, nah, I'm meant to be doing this. This is what I'm meant to be doing. So, hey, I've done the hard work. I've done everything. It's still a bit ill as well from my flu, but not putting it like too much thought. I'm just thinking, nah, I can do this. Like, I'm meant to be here. So let me go and perform. That was it, really.
What was Gary and Barry like?
Gary and Barry, they were cool as well. Gary was really excited. I said, he was playing his music. He was just really excited, dancing about. Yeah. Obviously, we got warmed up in the pads, telling me, keep my hands up, Izzy. But I didn't really keep my hands up in that fight. But yeah, they were telling me, keep my hands up.
So do you have a game plan getting in? You knew he was a big swinger.
Big swinger. Boxing, boxing, don't brawl with him. Keep my hands up, move. Boxing, really. That was
do you think, because sometimes I thought maybe his... Like, I mean, these big guys, they can go in and they can... Even with the pros and the heavyweights, like there's some boxers that are just... They're maybe not that skilled as a boxer. They're just big swingers, and that's what gets them through it. Yeah. My personal opinion with him is like that's kind of what he was like at times. He was just thinking, I'm just going to rush ahead. Yeah. But with you, it was like you were... Times you did get tangled up, to be honest.
Yeah,
it was,
a lot
right?
of times, yeah.
But for me, it was like you were trying to box him and keep that sort of composure as a boxer. And there is different ways to win a fight, like we know that. But was that always in your mind, like try and stick to the boxing, or? I mean, how can you do that when you've got people for always? I mean, times I was just like, wow. I put a clip when I was just like,
I've seen that commentary.
Wow.
I heard you say, this is crazy.
And you're trying to keep an eye on everything that's going and try to watch everything, but sometimes I mean, when me and Ben shut up, that's when it's like crazy. But for you, how do you keep that game plan? Because his game plan's totally different.
For me, it was if I hurt him, stick it on him a bit. That was it. Roll, stick it on him. I felt like there was a point in that first round I hurt him, but we got tangled a lot, but he was smart with that. He grabbed straight onto me, like, that was it really. And I just reflexes for his shots swinging at me. It was just reflexes, just ducking. I might not been the best duck, but it was always just ducking and moving away from
I think that was like, it looked like it was just amazing, man. We just kept everybody on their edge, because you were just like, it was like Tasmanian devil, just like going in and out. So you then get through to the end of the third round, right? Did you know in your head that's that I've won it, or was there a doubt, or was there?
I'm gonna say this: when he still kept swinging, I could even hear him. He was getting frustrated. I just kept moving. He couldn't touch me, and he was getting frustrated. I heard him go, and I was thinking, wow. I definitely won the fight after. I was thinking, I definitely took that. I knew I took that. I was a bit skeptical about the second round, though. I did brawl with him a bit, so let him got some shots on me. But
the thing is with boxing, I mean, we've watched bouts, and me and Ben we won't argue with each other, but we'll argue with sometimes officials or the decisions and that, and you never know. Like,
what's gonna happen?
There's always like, somebody else seen something that we've know of. It's like, and there is different ways to look at, like a bout, or we call it bouts in amateur boxing. But when you're in that moment, is there any hesitation in your mind, or you just wait? Because you did look comfortable. You looked at us.
I did. You were recording as well.
I've got my phone, and I was like, I want this moment, and I remember you looking there, and for me it was like there was no question you'd won it. But what were you thinking?
When I seen you recording, I was thinking, I won this now, definitely. I was like, everyone's putting their phones on, everything. I was like, I got this. This is mine. I could hear my crowd, like, I was like, definitely. I love the support from them. It was magical, definitely.
And then your hand gets raised, and it's just
I was so excited. It was great.
What was your family was there? So
my family was there too. They were proud of me. I'm just happy I never got knocked down. Them shots.
What is it like for you, because with mums are like you? It's difficult to watch anybody get it put in the ring.
She didn't see me fight at first. She was thinking, I don't know if I want to go and see. If I'm thinking, just relax, have fun. I'm there to have fun as well. So you just have fun, sit down. My brothers knew they were cool. Like, Izzy's gonna get this. It's easy. She was scared though. That was it for her.
It's we spoke just before we came on about how there's a lot of the circles of people that I know that know you, and I realised that after the novices a way back, no last year but the year before, when you boxed the Ego, and that's when I was like, oh, whoever wins this, King of Glasgow. I think it was the day after or something, I was walking through town with a few boys that I know, and we were talking about it before we seen you, and then we seen you, and you were crossing the road, and I showed you back here. Do you get people recognising you for boxing?
Nah, yeah, definitely. Sometimes some people would come to me, oh, you're that, I'll go, Adesanya, you trying to be, I'm like, nah, nah, just not, but nah, yeah. Some people anyway, yeah, some people. I feel like some people look as well and just go, oh, they recognize me maybe from somewhere. And yeah, it's cool.
But how does that feel? Because I know I looked at some of the Glasgow City Glasgow Boxing Academy boxers. No doubt there was some Glasgow City boxers looking up to you as well. But Glasgow Boxing Academy boxers, and they always turn up. They're all there. They got their tracksuits and that on, and they were all buzzing. And I think we had them. Aaron Brown came up to you after. Yeah. He just hugged me like he's just so like happy for the. What does that feel like? Like having, is there pressure with that?
Where like all the people watching from my club,
like people like just looking up to you, wanting you to do well, and just how do you deal with that pressure?
Yeah, like a week before that fight, I was feeling it a bit. Like I could see all the support from everybody telling me, oh, commenting on things saying go on Izzy, and I felt at first a bit. I was like, oh, I hope I don't let everyone down, or everyone can't give me the support, and then I go out and lose. Like, nah, I can't do that. But then I thought to myself, like, nah. Obviously, I love the support as well, but I'm the one that's fighting up in there as well. Yeah. So relax, like go and enjoy it. So and yeah.
When I spoke to Liam Phillip, yes, which will be the podcast because it before this, and he was saying he's boxed his whole life, like, and he's now back in pro boxing. And one of the things he said is sometimes he questions whether or not he was the right person to be there in that moment. Yeah. Which I sometimes think is a good thing. Like if sometimes the best boxers are the best people, and anything you meet other people that don't only fully aware how good they are, and not just good in a boxing ring, but I mean Nathan Tarr as well. Yesterday when I spoke to him, like, you have a lot of positive energy about you, and for me it's recognisable, and it's that you get like I can't remember the last time I'd been that excited, right? And it wasn't even a nervousness in it. Like when Cash boxed Lee McGregor, I was like nervous, right? Because I'd known Cash since he was 6 years old. I've like somebody I've watched growing up, and I knew like this was a big event. Although you have like it was like there's a lot of nerves even in us in the audience, but you like I was just like excited, man. It was just like, and I said it like before. I don't know like how I could. I said, "Is that bar open? I go and need a drink or something." Calm me down. But when you've got that energy between like through a crowd, like a whole bunch of people are like just willing you to do well. It's almost like when you watch a football team. Like if you watch, let's say, that's what Arsenal, and it's like Champions League final, and it's the last penalty or something like that, and you everybody's just together, and you feel that energy. Is there something in your life that brings that positivity, or maybe your family, or like how does that come through?
Like. So basically, how I still able to perform under
how you're just like a decent person that radiates this positive energy, because you will get boxers. We said this. The Nathan Tarr said sometimes boxers that come and they'll try and stare them out, and they're just like grumpy and angry, right? But then you've got people like yourselves that are they're good role models because they're able to carry themselves well. And to be honest, you want to see a champion that is a champion. Not just in the boxing ring, but in life. Well, so do you ever thought about where that comes from? I guarantee it's your mum.
Nah, definitely not. Yeah, definitely. Just they've always told me like, just never take things too serious as well. Like, just don't take things too serious. I know that if I lost, I lost. I'm not gonna dare go after being like, fuck the world, all this type of stuff. Like, just don't take things too serious. Anyway, that was it for me.
Why did you get involved in boxing in the beginning?
This was back, I was 17. I'd started.
How old are you now?
I'm 20.
Still a young pop.
I started off, how did it start? I wasn't doing nothing back then. I was 17, I wasn't doing nothing, and I felt pretty useless. I was thinking, and my mom was talking, me and my mom, we're very close with my mom, telling me, do you want to do basketball? I'm thinking, okay, let's do basketball. I went there, I didn't enjoy it. I'm thinking, nah, I'm never doing this again. My brother goes, "Do you want to try out boxing? I have a mate in school who does boxing." And there was a white collar gym near me.
Yeah.
Go over to that gym. At first, I was doing it. I was doing pad work. Terrible. I hated it. But then I was thinking, you know what? It was Saturday. I was thinking, I'll come back on Monday again.
Yeah.
I'll try it out. Eddie McGowan, definitely, he was the one who first found something in me anyway. He's doing the pads with me. He's there like, oh, go on, big man. Obviously, more dramatic. I'm punching the pad and he's flying his arm back there. But he's making me feel confident in myself. And yeah, from there, I had one white collar fight. I did good. And he came over to me telling me, I think you could do well against the amateurs. Like, I really see potential in you. Like, I don't want to keep you for these white collar fights. I want to move you up. And I'm thinking, right, sure, why not? And that's how we went from that gym to the Glasgow City Boxing Gym. Obviously, I didn't start off. I didn't get to start off because COVID happened. COVID happened.
Did you have time at all?
During that gym.
Yeah. Did you? Was it just like some of the open classes?
Yeah, yeah. Like I went in there, seen Gary and Barry. None about that actually. Sorry. I walk up to Gary. First thing he goes to me, shut up, turn up and train. I'm thinking, yeah, no problem. We didn't really have that relationship back then, but yeah, it wasn't none much. I didn't really do much in that gym at the start because COVID happened. After COVID is when everything started to unfold. Gary and Barry seen something in me as well. I loved everyone in that gym, the positive energy. Everyone's just, obviously we take it serious when we're training, but when we're having a laugh, we have a laugh, basically. That's what I'm trying to say, yeah.
So that's, so Glasgow Boxing Academy then kicked off.
Yeah.
And what would have been a difficult time for them, because like I know when splits happen or you're looking for a new premises, they got somewhere quite quickly, and a lot of the big names went with them, like not just boxers but a lot of the supporters as well. Went with them. I think that's how quick. I mean, they won the Scottish Boxer of the Year awards. They won Club of the Year, and I think that's because like in the first year they had a elite champion last year with it was Clara.
And Pete went on as well,
sorry,
Pete.
Oh, that's right. So, and then in the first year, the home show was just crazy. I know it was. It was difficult for you, but what happened then?
Home show, 3 fights. I had 3 fights then.
Yeah.
They tell me, they couldn't find no one for me. Trying to get people to get the fights, but no one's really taking them. And obviously they want to get someone around my experience as well. But came up a guy, Adam Murdoch, 16 fights. I'm thinking, okay. They're like, nah, we think you can still go. So I have 3 fights. I'm thinking as well, they believe in me. I should believe in myself as well. Let's do it anyway. Went out there, really close fight. I think that 3rd round got the more shots on me, and that was that.
Was it? How did you feel? Because I spoke to you after that.
Yeah, I remember that interview as well. Yeah,
I wanted to speak to you just because of the I mean, losses in amateur boxing. It's part of amateur boxing is about learning. And I spoke to John McTaggart last week. He said he had 100 amateur bouts. His first 5 he lost. My mate Haji Hussein, I think he lost a few before he started getting in that rhythm. But so a loss doesn't always that big a deal, but when you're in that moment and you're at a home show,
definitely. Obviously, it's my home show. I don't want to let anybody down. My family was there. Everybody was there. I'm thinking, this is our home show. I need to win. And that was the main event as well. So I'm thinking, when I lost that, his hand was raised. I was like, I didn't let it drag me to the ground. Like, I went, you know what? I'm going to learn from this. I'm going to just take something for it. I said it in that interview as well. Like, I'm not going to let it I'm not going to stay down. Just learn from it. Get back up and train. And you learn more from things like that, in my opinion, anyway. Definitely.
And people like bounce back anyway, but as I said, look at you.
No.
Like number 1 in Scotland, right? So, I mean, these journeys are important because there is other people looking on, there is other younger boxers that are looking up, there's people that can take that and put it into their own life, or when the things aren't gone always successful for them. Do you find any, are you like religious? Do you find any?
I'm a Christian.
Do you find like any support in that, like with your faith?
Definitely. One thing I'll say is just to put all my faith in Him. As long as I work hard, and I put my faith in Him, I'm just thinking, just go out and perform. Literally, no worries, no fears, nothing like that. Work hard, put my faith in him, and yeah,
That's
how I
good,
feel
man. What's going to happen now? What's next?
What's next? I'm not even too sure myself.
You're still young, man. I mean, you could go. As Nathan Tarr yesterday was saying that he wants to try and get on, like, represent Scotland and stuff. If this was last year, because of COVID, they would have automatically give you an assessment. But have you thought about that? Have you thought about, like...
Nah, yeah, Dev, I spoke about it with my coaches. Boxing Scotland want to take you on, definitely go on it. Why not? Try everything out, see how I like things. But yeah, I would love to be on that team if they wanted me. Yeah.
And they travel a lot, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
I've seen it. I've seen some of the other people on it in my stories, Keane Govan and all them. Yeah, looks really.
The sad thing is, though, is that it took a lot of them away for the elite championships. So which I kind of like it, because I'm like, alright, if some people have had their chance, they've moved on, or they're travelling, they're getting a lot of experience with people for different countries as well. And there is another stage to this, and we've got Commonwealth Games, we've got it like this every 4 years. You get the Olympics as well. I don't know what's going to happen with that, but there is other opportunities with boxing. Long term, where do you see yourself? Do you think this is going to be a route even after amateur to go the pro route?
Definitely, I could see myself doing that. But just taking it one step at a time, just going with that flow as well. But definitely, I could see myself doing something.
What boxers do you look up to?
What boxers do I look up to? When I first started, who would I say? Like everyone, Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson. Then I started looking on to the Roy Jones Juniors, the Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Leonards. I just love their style, and I love the way they just confident in themselves as well. For Mayweather, just I like that.
I mean, it's like there's a lot of like. Have you ever seen Cinderella Story? You've seen it? What do you think it's about?
Cinderella and the shoes and that.
Right. So it's watch it, right? It's after the Great Depression in America, and I think it's based on a true story. I've seen it years ago. I can't even remember if it's a true story or just based on a true story. There's a boxer that's everybody's not got money. Everybody's like, and he sort of comes like he's getting into fights and that, and then becomes a boxing champion, a world champion and stuff. And I think it's kind of Cinderella, the rags to riches part. That's why it's like it's Cinderella Man. What did I call it? Cinderella Story?
Yeah, I think so.
Or Cinderella Man, I'm sure it's called. I'll find it. But watch it. It's like, but boxing has a way to bring. I've seen this as well with Nathan. It's like you can, if you strip back everything in people, when you're in a boxing ring, it's literally one against one, and everything else is, it doesn't matter if you're the richest guy or the happiest guy, the saddest guy, or where you came from. It's you strip everything back. There is people get head starts. I mean, there is like people that are going to be eating better and that's and stuff like that. But it's good to see people that will go through these journeys, and you like, if you look at something, I like Anthony Joshua, right? I like how he presents himself. He has a few hiccups, a few bad,
and everyone just shits on him.
And they forget like
what he's done.
During COVID, he had that fund where he was supporting clubs, right? There's even outside the boxing, like especially with all the stuff that goes on with young people that from like black communities or ethnic minority communities. You need these role models. A lot of my mates are from all over the world, so I love meeting people from different cultures and like have different like religions and different beliefs. But it's important to have people without putting too much pressure on them. Right? You can't take the whole weight of your world and everything is just right. But it's good you got faith and you've got your family around you, and they just looked. They were so happy, man.
They were too happy.
And it's what's it been like in the household? Like,
I'd call me champ, champ this, treat me like a celebrity. Definitely my family. I love my family for that. Always been behind my back, always supporting me when I started this. Always seen my picture as well with it.
That's brilliant, man. Yeah, I seen the photos that you got. Was it Dean that took them?
Yeah, Dean took them
photos. Oh, they were class, man.
I love the photos. Yeah, Dean with those photos.
What was it like going back into the gym?
Ryan John got her. I don't know if you heard him in that fight. They're screaming, "Go on the GBA!" I walked in. He goes, "The champ's here!" All that type of stuff. Yeah.
He's like he gets the crowd going.
Definitely.
And you don't feel outside.
There,
I was going to ask something now. what if I ask about the music? You won the bet, was it? So is it this week? You're
okay. Yeah. Gary and Barry don't like my music taste. They definitely
what is it you listen to?
I listen to everything.
I'm like that. I can listen to everything.
I listen to everything. So, yeah, actually, speaking about that, my ring walk. I don't know what happened.
So what was it that happened?
So it was meant to be 50 Cent Many Men.
Right.
My coach has picked out for me anyway. We had made a bet, but.
What did you want it to be?
I wanted it to be NLE Chopper anyway. I want that song, but they hated it anyway from the start. So they go on the chat and they go, everyone, we're going to pick what songs. They put on a bunch of songs. I like the 50 Cent Many Men one anyway, but everyone picked 50 Cent Many Men. My song didn't even get any love, but it's cool.
Whoa.
So we went for 50 Cent Many Men. I'm there for my walkout thinking, I had it in my head, obviously, like, that's the song I'm walking out to. I hear a whole different song.
What was it they played?
I even forgot. I don't know, but it just wasn't my song. So then I had to still try to get myself in the zone anyway and go, nah, it is what it is.
How big a part of that is? How big is it to important to the?
It's not huge. It's not a lot. But for me anyway, the day before I'm thinking in my head what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna walk out with my song and everything. So when a different song comes on, I'm thinking, I'm just gonna have to go on anyway how it is. So
the important thing is when it comes to the announcement. I think Craig Stevie.
Oh,
he just killed it, man. He will. It doesn't matter if you're in like the Fairfield Club in Govan or he's on Sky Sports doing something in Madison Square Garden or something like that. The respect that he gives to every boxer, and he just motivates the crowd a bit more. Sometimes he controls the crowd. There's been a few few things that I thought were going to kick off, and he just manages to just swivel them round just by the words and how he does it. But as I said, I was getting goosebumps at that moment.
I heard you as well, even during that face-off as well, saying, "Oh, look at that!" You were too gassed about that.
It was just like I was like, "God, man, this is gonna be." No. And the thing is, like, see if it did come in, Muhammad had won, right, for whatever happened. Like the two of you put everything into it. As I said, I do think you won each of the rounds, and you just kind of outboxed them. In a way, I think my advice to him would be work on the boxing. Don't always rely on these big swings, and think because you're using a lot of energy when you do that as well. But at one point, I think I got a clip of it with Gary and Barry. I don't think I posted it. There was a clip I took on my phone where they two are like going crazy shouting, man. I thought we're going to need a defibrillator for them.
Probably telling me, "Oh, put your hands up, do this, don't fight him." Nah, I came back in that second round. Gary was pissed. He was telling me, "Why are you swinging with him?" I was thinking, because he hit me with a shot, and at first I was thinking, "Yo, what are you doing?" But then, ego, like kind of an ego thing. But then third round, I came back. I was thinking, nah, get your game back on, do what you know how to do. But
have you back at uni yet?
Yeah, I'm back at uni. Yeah, straight back into.
Do people like you associate yourself in uni? Do they know?
Nah, yeah, definitely. There's a lot of people in my class as well. They'll be saying, "Oh, the champ's here, the champ's here, this is that."
But that must feel amazing, man. There is and I was saying this, Nathan was saying to me, it's like sometimes there's like a come down after that, like where you're like, all right, no, like you were working towards that.
Definitely,
You've achieved it, and that's done. Nobody can ever take your journey or anything up to that point away from you. And without thinking too far ahead, like there's competitions next year as well. You could have more than one belt. You could like. Is there anything like that you want to do other than which we spoke about? Maybe if there's a boxing Scotland pathway, right? But if there is another opportunity to box somebody else or like next year, would you like to go through that whole experience again?
Nah, definitely. If I can get the belt twice, why not? Yeah, definitely. It was a good experience. I like the fact that's a belt as well. It just feels good now.
I know that's it. Andrew Meekin had said to me, he was like, "Are they getting it? Belts this year, or is it just going to be gloves?" Right? And I was like, "Nah." I spoke to Box Scotland. They're like, "Yeah, there's a belt. It's been designed. It's different." And I think it looked nice, man. See when they all had them laid out.
I came up at the start with Barry and Gary to see them. Remember?
And that's do you? So are you going to keep that? Or are you going to put it in the gym, or
they're already getting kind of a.
Like a 3D
print, to get it in the gym anyway. But I get to keep mine anyway.
Oh, it's good, man.
Keep mine.
You put up some.
I'm gonna get like a case for it, and then
So everybody that comes to the house, your mum will be showing it off.
Yeah, definitely.
So what's the plans for summer?
Summer.
Do you get time to take a break for boxing, or you gotta be just light training, or what?
It'll be light training definitely, because preseason's gonna kick ass if not. But yeah, it'll be light training, still staying active, just make sure I'm running, I'm not falling off or anything like that. Yeah, definitely.
Is that something you think about all the preseason?
Preseason's hell.
I know.
One I hate the most is the bleep test.
Oh wow! The bleep test, bro. I can hear that in my nightmares.
The bleep test, yeah. That's the one I'm always mentally preparing from. Like, that bleep test is gonna kill me if I'm not prepared a little bit. So yeah.
So is there anything else we want to cover?
Not that I'm thinking of really.
Well, it's been good talking to you. And
thank you for
I'm
having
glad
me.
you came in. I still need Gary and Barry in here.
Nah, then you don't. Then yeah.
But maybe as well, I'm thinking to try. I need to start driving. Soon I start driving, I'll go around and visit clubs, and I'll do interviews and follow journeys and that.
Yeah.
I'm thinking as well to maybe do a wee documentary series about following a boxer outside.
Yeah.
Boxing and what they do,
At
different levels, different ages, and just having I think it would be good to show people another side.
Yeah.
A lot of the guys I mates with are fasting for Ramadan. There's a few boxers Muhammad was fasting, and
too,
two of the female boxers as well would have been fasting, which I don't know how they can
yeah, it is, that's tough.
I think the rules, you don't on the day you're boxing you would need to fast.
I have no clue.
But that to me that was mad for him. But this weekend that's what my mates will be celebrating Eid. So I get to go with them. It's good. I get the best of both for us. Celebrate Christmas and that, and they celebrate Easter. And then you get to my mates. So it's weird. It's like the. And I don't know if this is true. I just feel a lot of people are like, oh Jamie, when we break our fast, come with us, and it's like they want me to be there to eat with them. And I love it, man. I just give me the food. I even went to the mosque a few times with my mates, and they're just dishing out, and it's the food is so good, man. I was sometimes I was trying to support my mates, we fasted with them, but
how did you find it when you did it?
When I was in Iraq and I done it. I went to Iraq and I was because everybody was fasting. In 2012 I was in North Iraq, Kurdistan. My mates were there, and see that first day, man, it was 50-degree heat, right? We had to go, because in Iraq's weird, you need to go to a travel agent to book your flights and that. We couldn't just do it online. So we went to a travel agent and the electricity all cut it, and there was no air conditioning. We were sitting in this place, and then it's 50-degree heats. And I remember when we went back when it came to break the fast, I ate one date, right, because they break it with a date, and then I drank 27 cups of water, and the cups are like that. That's it. And I didn't eat nothing. That was it. I just drank water. That's why I love water, man. I've never appreciated water so much for that day. But listen, thanks again for coming in. Well done.
Thank you.
Again on your championship reign. Long. What is it you say? Long may it reign. Something you say with to the king. I was saying to Gary where to get your crown, right? And I was looking, but bro, it was I just thought it'd be wrong if we just pulled that crown. He would have loved it. He would get you a robe and a stick and all that. But listen, thanks for coming in. I'll definitely see you again soon. If I'm at shows, even if you're there supporting, and jump on and they come to
Glasgow Boxing Academy show. You're going to be there.
Right, this is the thing.
Right.
So Beef Boxing had booked me long before, right? Also, Ahmed's boxing on the 20th. He's boxing it's got to be for a title, and I'm literally I genuinely don't know today. And then I heard Glasgow. So Gary did mess me saying, "Oh," but I've had this conversation. I was like, they booked me, and I'm just, bro. That's what I hate. I put it. I see if I was driving. But Jono wasn't there last year, right? So Jono he flew out on a date. So I'm going to try and work something out. There is people I talk to, and I'm going to think, if I can't physically be there, there's some things I'm looking at with the streams, where I could send somebody and they send me the signal and then I stream it out. I'm looking at that now because I've got a month, bang on a month, and I want it to work, but I just need to think, because I don't want to the Beef Boxing. I haven't been there before, and they booked me on it. And that weekend, I think's mad. I think like the 19th, 20th, 21st. There's a show, so I need to think how I'm going to get for here and there. But you got to be boxing in that.
No, I'm not going to be boxing on that.
You need to be.
No, I'm not even. There's no one really that they tried looking, but they don't really see no one else to boxing it. So
no doubt they'll have a presentation when you come out. That's going to be a homecoming. You need a crown for that. You need to have a whole walkway, a red carpet, and everything. Just have a throne for you to sit on. I wouldn't put it past them, man. Gary will be thinking all this. But cheers for talking to me. And I'll see you if I don't see you in that show. I'll see you before then.
Definitely.
All right.
Thank you.